So here we are again, at Bereishis, beginning the Torah anew. But what does it really mean to study the Torah? What does it mean to read these words again and again and yet again? It certainly can't just be an academic exercise or something that remains removed from us. It has to be personal, like the little dream that Rabbi Jonathan Sachs always spoke about. He said, imagine you're wandering through an enormous library with millions of books. You're walking around, looking at all the titles of the books, and suddenly you stop, and amazingly you see a book, and on the title, it's got your name on it. You take it out, open it up, and you see that there are several hundred pages written by many different hands in different languages. As you try and work out what this book exactly is, you suddenly realize that this book has been written by your own ancestors. Adam and Chava, Avram and Sarah, Moshe Rabbeinu, Yoshua ben Nun, David and Esther. Every single one of them has written a chapter in this book telling their story and handing it on to their own children. And as you get to the end of the book, you come to the page written by your grandparents and your parents. And then you see an empty page with your name on it. And you realize that this is the chapter that you yourself have to write. Can you just put the book back on the shelf and walk away and forget about it? Not really, because if you did, the work of all the generations who kept that book going would simply be in vain. If they put their faith in their children to keep the tradition going, then they have to all put their faith in me, and yes, you. And we have to write our chapter in that book, and when the time comes, give that book to our children and our grandchildren. To be a Jew is to be part of the most remarkable story ever lived by any people, covering more countries, more circumstances, more triumphs, more tragedies than any other story. The sudden realization that every single one of us has a chapter to write in that story and pass the Torah forward, that's what it is to be a Jew. And that's what it means to start the Torah again. And so, my friends, indeed, let's start the Torah all over again. Let's write our chapter and do it in a way that we can be very proud of it. Wishing you and yours a Shabbat Shalom U'Mevorach.